Hello. Today we're going to be writing some code to send an email from Python. Not only that, we're also going to make it send an attachment. So if you'd like to see how to send an attachment using Python, then let's begin. So I've created a directory called send_email, and what should we write it in? I think nano is quite a nice. Can't even spell nano. It's not looking good, is it? Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in a lot of the code because I found it, I've tested it, and really you're not going to learn anything by watching me type, especially if I type badly. So send email.py. Good. So these are all of the modules you need to import. Import SMTPlib, import SSL, and then you'll be importing from email. So what we'll do is we'll write a function. Why can't I type? Sorry about this. Function to send the email. Make sure you have enabled send from less secure app in your Google account. If you don't know what I'm on about there, let's have a look. Send from less secure app Google. And here we go. Control access to less secure apps. So you need to basically sign in, and then you need to go to a link, which is probably this one. Yeah. I hope you can see that okay. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, so if you go there, less secure app access is turned off for your account. You can turn it back on. So you need less secure app access, you need to switch on. And then once you've done that, you can carry on with what I'm about to show you. So def send mail, and I think I'm going to paste in the necessary from here. As I say, there's a lot of typing and a lot of it is self-explanatory, and backspace that. Just make sure we get our all important tab and indentation correct. Server port, so port will be, you need to use port 587, which I'll show you shortly, because there is a choice of 2 ports that you could use, but 587 will be the one you need. So that's our function, the start of it. Those are the send from, send to, subject, text, file, server, port, username, password is TLS equals true. Okay, right, next. So next we create a message. So let's paste that in here. MIME multipart from to date subject. That should all look fairly familiar. And next, let's do this. So part. So this will be where we create the payload and the header and so on. So I'm going to put a link to this in the description, because really this is about learning how to get it working rather than typing it in, and how to understand every single minute part of the code. And so that's what we've done so far, is we've created the from to date subject, then we're dealing here with the attachment. So I'm calling my attachment im.csv. And next we need I do apologise, I didn't even explain why you might want to send an email using Python. Say for instance you'd been doing some web scraping and you wanted to, and you wanted to send a daily attachment, maybe of a CSV that you'd scraped automatically. You could have set cron to run your scraper or your spider daily. So if you'd done that, then yeah, write an email Python script to send emails and send an attachment, and yeah, once you've done that, off you go. You can send a daily email automatically, which is good because that's what we want to be doing. We want to be automating things. So I'm just going to paste in a comment here, which is what I did earlier. And if you're not familiar with .env, load.env, you might want to look it up. Python load.env, and then we go there, and what it does is it hides variables, or hides passwords as variables inside a file called .env in the directory in which you're working, and load.env then gets those variables. So within your code, all you'll ever see is these two lines. So if you put your code on GitHub, you're never going to accidentally put all your secure passwords like password 123 or PA55WORD. They're never going to end up on GitHub or anywhere else for that matter. So what next? Let's set up port, server, send from, send to, send. So these will be specific to you. So as I mentioned just now, port will be 587 regardless. Server is smtp.gmail.com regardless. Send from, no, that is your Google account email address. So if your name is Joanne Smith, then you need to put joannesmith@gmail.com. Send to, well, that's whoever your recipient is. So if you want to send to Santa Claus at northpole.com, put that in there. And password is the password for your Gmail account, as I've put in the comments. No need to indent any of this because from here down we're actually starting to create variables that will be used in our main when we use our function. What we've done up here was actually write our function, so that's why it's all indented. Just tidy that up. And yeah, I'm not really doing anything groundbreaking here, but I just thought I'd show you this. And what I've really done is I've just neatened it up, or the code that I found, I think I've neatened it up. And I've also implemented load_.env, which I'm just going to do this in the raw form, well, not raw, but I'm going to do it in the format in which it was written. And then I'm going to, any second now, so main driver, if name equals main, send the email with the im.csv file attached. And why is the name of im.csv not in here anywhere? You may wonder. Well, if we go back up here a bit, we'll see that the attachment is part.add header, so that's already been specified up here. Send mail, send from, send to, subject, text files. I'm not sure. Files I've just left blank and it works, so I don't know what that's for. In fact, I might well comment it out and see if it breaks it. That's always a good method. Leave something in, test it, and then if it works, then go back and hash it out and then see if you've broken it. Remember where you heard it first. Do you like my mug? I got it for a Christmas present last year. It's quite good, isn't it? Salt rock. It's got like a little man carrying a surfboard, or more like a Yeti, I think. So, you want to see this being tested, so I think what I'm going to do, save that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use load.env. So up here, it might help if I actually imported load.env, mightn't it? Let's just exit out of this and let's just show you. I think I've already got it installed, but you'll see the process involved. So if you've got two flavors of Python, you'll need to do pip3 install python-dotenv. Requirement already satisfied. That's because I already have it. Right. What you need to do is nano.env, and you end up with, you have to create this .env file. It's not one that's present, and because it's got a dot at the start, you won't see it if you just do a normal ls. So let's just check how we use it. So if you're using a string, its variable name equals with no space and then the text string. So if we just, I'll paste that in there as an example, comment it out, and our variables are called send from, send to, password. everything else you can kind of hard code. So if you know that the subject is always going to be daily report, then just set test to daily report, and every day it will be the same. So good. The .env file must be in the same directory, and to check it's there, you'll need to do ls-la, and there you can see we've got email and .env, which we've just written. So it's not system-wide, it's not kind of global, so whatever your project is, you'll need to do a .env file in the directory for that project. There's loads of documentation for it. It's fairly comprehensive there. So to use it in your code, you need to use these two lines. So I'm actually going to copy and paste those, and we'll go back into our email code, which is nano send, and just below those we'll put in from.env import load.env. Okay. Now this is the important bit. How do you actually call those variables? So instead, let's no, we don't need that. Sorry, that's still the comments telling you how to import them. And then we need to do something here a bit like send underscore from, and when we use it here, we're back in normal Python land, so we can just do os dot, yeah, we need to, I think we need to import os. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's just do that while we're here. Right, and then send from equals os.get, and then in there we do, and it's in quotes as well, so send from, and that, the send from here is what we call the variable, i.e. the bit to the left of the equal sign in our .env file. And I've got too many brackets there, haven't I? os.get, and in there we want to put send underscore to, and what I've done is I've just kept my variable names the same in the .env file as what the variables will be called in the email send script, so the send underscore email.py file, which we're currently in. So there we go, and that is pretty much it. Right, if you want to copy this code, I say, because really I've not I'm not in the business of reinventing the wheel, so if you want to find this code, it's on it's here, github.com rggh beautiful soup blob mysql underscore version / emailer.py. I know that's a bit long, but you'll find it. I'll put a link in the description as well. So yeah, two things here really. One is the actual email script itself, and then there's just line 7, line 16, 17, and these 3 lines. So this is the only bits that I've really kind of customized. So those 3 lines, import OS and 16, 17, those 2 bits. And yeah, I think it's you want to see me test it, but I can't because how can I test it? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to put my real credentials into the .env file, and then I'll come back and test it. Okay, so I've just been in and tested. I've been in and edited my .env file, so let's just try it. I can't guarantee it's going to work first time, but unmatched. Okay. Line 26, what's going on there? I think I've just got, I don't even know why that's on there. I think that's a bit of copy and paste stupidity. Line 26. Oh yeah, still need, yeah. Declaring a function, it needs a colon at the end. Oh, why is, oh, inconsistent use of, just bear with me while I just tidy this up, ladies and gentlemen. Do you use tab or do you use 4 spaces as Python recommend? I know you can set tab to do 4 spaces. I mean, tab's just so much quicker, I think. Why would you want to press a button 4 times when you can do it once? Let's try again. OS. Oh. OS has no attribute get. Wow. Yeah, have I done something wrong there? That's oh, it's dot, yeah, sorry, I've got my web scraping head on. It's dot get env, isn't it? It's not a scrapey selector. Right, try again. Okay, so no such file in directory as im.csv, so we can just do touch im.csv here. It's an empty file, but let's edit it then, shall we? Because then we can look at it in the right, let's run it. Username and password not accepted. Okay. Right. I'm just going to go and fix that off screen, and I'm going to put it on pause. Okay, that was just me putting in the wrong password into my .env file, so God, I really must sit up straight. Right. Good, it's sent. Way. Let's see what we can, I'm just going to put it on pause again and check my email. Okay, so yeah, there we can see from my test email account to my I don't know, even WordPad. Yeah, there we go. So the attachment came through as we'd written it, and it is all working perfectly, which is nice. Otherwise this would have been a bit of a rubbish video, wouldn't it? You spend 20 minutes watching it and then you just end up with an empty inbox. I hope this has been interesting, and what I'm going to do is leave all the code on as usual, because I'm so generous that way. I'm going to leave all the code for you to meddle with, do what you want. Obviously don't start spamming the whole world with it. I'm not responsible for any of your misbehaviour. If you do anything naughty, that's up to you, but really all I'm doing is showing you a function called sendMail. All of this bit is kind of, well, the file name, that's, I've obviously customized that to suit my needs, but this bit, MIME multi-part, MIME text, this is all kind of standard email format, MIME base, so you don't want to really do anything with those. So from there to there, leave alone, apart from that. This is all standard, so this is the actual bit that runs the sendMail function. And yeah, put 557, remember to use 557 and not the other one, which I think is 465, can't remember. Yeah, 587, must use that. Use gmail.com if you want. If you haven't got a Gmail account, and then use another Gmail, use another SMTP server. Send from, send to, password. And obviously password is where you're sending from. You're not going to know the password of where you're sending to. Subject, test, text. Files, I don't know about files. That I'll look at that another day. And then, yeah, if name equals main, it's your main driver. So then you just print. That's what you're going to appear on your terminal when you're actually sending the email. And then you just do send with all these variables, and these variables within send are just the variables that you've set up here. So I think this is fairly straightforward. If it's not, then send me a message. You've got my email address. It's only a temporary email address, no point spamming the hell out of it. If you do, then it will just fall on deaf ears. I hope this has been good. Remember to have a look here if you actually want to use the code. Until next time, thank you very much.